Let's dive straight into this explainer and uncover what is honestly a massive, glaring blind spot in the digital product market. Look, if you create or sell digital downloads, you already know how crowded things can get, right? It kind of feels like every good idea has been done to death. But as it turns out, there's a whole B2B niche that most creators are just completely ignoring, and that is professional wedding planners. Today we're going to break down exactly why this specific group of pros is one of the most lucrative and frankly underserved audiences out there right now.
I mean, think about it. If you search Etsy or Google right now for wedding planning digital downloads, you'll see an absolute sea of products. But almost all of it is made for the couple. We're talking thousands and thousands of DIY budget spreadsheets, rustic save-the-date templates, digital guest books, you name it. But ask yourself, what is missing from all those search results? The actual professionals, the planners who run these events for a living. They're out there juggling multiple clients, coordinating endless logistics, and yet practically nobody is building digital products just for them. This highlights a massive gap in who we're actually designing for. On one hand, you've got the DIY bride, right? She needs a budget spreadsheet exactly one time. It's a hyper-saturated market where creators are basically fighting over pennies. But on the flip side, you have the professional planner juggling 15, maybe 20 clients a year. They don't need a cute one-off printout for a scrapbook. They need repeatable business systems. Things like intake forms, contract clauses, and vendor questionnaires that they can just deploy over and over again for every single new client they book. And right now, the reality for most of these professionals is just a totally fragmented workflow. I mean, they are stitching their businesses together with this Frankenstein mix of apps. Just picture a super stressed planner trying to manage a massive wedding with a Google Doc over here, a random Canva template over there, a messy folder of PDFs, and spreadsheets that literally refuse to talk to each other. Tech adoption in this industry has always been pretty scattered, which creates a huge urgent demand for unified, pro-grade toolkits to finally bring some order to the chaos.
So to fix this chaos, we really need to look at two distinct layers of products you can build. Layer 1 is Planner Business Tools. These are strictly internal B2B operational assets. We're talking client intake forms, legal contract clauses, comprehensive vendor databases, that sort of thing. Because these products solve real daily operational headaches rather than just checking off a one-time chore, they save the business owner hours and hours of tedious admin work. And that time saved, that translates directly to a much higher perceived value and incredible repeat demand.
Then we step into Layer 2, which focuses on the client-facing deliverables. These are the polished budget trackers, the aesthetic mood boards, and those beautifully designed timelines that planners physically hand over to their couples. Now, this might sound like it overlaps a bit with the DIY market, but the secret sauce here is differentiation. Planners are buying these branded, cohesive tools to elevate their own professional image. It helps them justify their premium service fees, ensuring they stand way apart from those basic commodity printables we talked about earlier.
All right, let's move into the product playbook and look at what professional planners actually buy.
The very first touchpoint a planner has is client onboarding, right? And it completely sets the tone for the entire relationship. Think about the friction of starting with a brand new client. When you can provide them with branded, ready-to-send inquiry forms, vision questionnaires, and tiered pricing sheets, you are literally giving these planners their time back. By eliminating hours of manual setup and formatting for every single client, these discovery tools become an incredibly easy sell. The planner instantly looks like a total pro, and all they had to do was buy your download.
Now, it turns out every wedding planner is essentially a full-time vendor manager. Coordinating this small army of florists, caterers, lighting techs, and photographers is incredibly stressful. It's chaotic. That's exactly why tools like robust vendor contact databases and detailed comparison matrices are in such high demand. Imagine handing a planner a pre-built vendor onboarding packet where they can just drag and drop their logo and hit send. Boom! You've instantly streamlined the most unpredictable part of their job, making your digital product totally indispensable. And then comes the main event, the wedding day itself, where the needs shift pretty dramatically. We're talking master timelines, emergency contact sheets, and detailed vendor arrival logs. Honestly, some of these are relatively simple files to create, but they carry massive value for the buyer because the stakes literally couldn't be higher. When a caterer is suddenly missing, or a seating chart needs a last-minute swap right in the middle of a reception, your digital download is the exact tool swooping in to save the day.
But a planner's job doesn't just magically end when the reception is over and the guests go home. There is a huge, largely untapped opportunity in helping them market their own businesses. Remember, at the end of the day, planners are small business owners who constantly need to sell their services online.
Offering them pre-written onboarding email sequences, comprehensive FAQ docs, or beautifully designed social media templates helps them attract their next big client. And for you, this opens up a highly profitable, ongoing revenue stream that goes way beyond just the wedding day logistics.
Okay, so how do we position these products? Let's talk about moving from DIY to pro-grade.
To command premium prices here, a massive mental shift has to happen. Really, if you take away anything from this explainer, let it be this. You must market your downloads as permanent infrastructure for a scalable business, not just some printable for a single event. Think about it. A one-time template solves a fleeting problem exactly once. But a reusable system that is deployed client after client, generating value indefinitely, that is the fundamental difference between a cheap DIY download and a pro-grade business asset that professionals will happily pay top dollar for.
You can actually stack specific strategies to really maximize the value of these systems. First up, we've got bundling. Grouping related items together turns scattered files into a premium, completely done-for-you package. Next, you can use tiered offers, so maybe creating a basic version for the DIY couples and then a fully branded premium version for the pros. Finally, combining AI with editable Canva templates is basically the newest frontier here. Offering smart, AI-assisted timelines and copywriting that planners can customize in minutes, that drastically increases your product's modern appeal and its utility.
Moving on to the monetization blueprint, let's break down some specific pricing and packaging strategies.
Let's map out exactly how to escalate buyers and structure your pricing for maximum profit. Step 1 is the single template. These are low-friction entry points, like a standalone intake form, priced anywhere between $9 and $29, which lets planners test out your quality. Step 2 moves into function bundles. This is where you group tools for specific workflows, like a complete onboarding kit running for maybe $39 to $79. And then, Step 3 is the full toolkit. For a cohesive, comprehensive system, planners will gladly pay $99 to well over $199 simply because it entirely transforms how they run their operations.
And your pricing strategy can actually stretch even further through licensing tiers. A standard personal use license allows the planner to use your toolkit exclusively for their own couples, which is standard. But offering a commercial or private label rights license, a PLR, allows the buyer to completely rebrand and resell the product themselves. This B2B resell model commands a massive premium. It's honestly one of the most lucrative trends in the digital product space right now, allowing you to charge significantly more while actively empowering other entrepreneurs to grow their revenue.
When we really look at the data, the demand is absolutely there, but the supply is just completely misdirected. It's time to stop building for the bride and start building infrastructure for the business owner. By shifting your focus from one-off events to permanent infrastructure, you're creating digital assets that carry a much higher value. You'll face a fraction of the competition, and you'll generate real, lasting customer loyalty among professionals who are going to rely on your tools every single day.
So as we wrap up this explainer, the market is wide open. These professionals are frantically searching for solutions, and the tools are just waiting to be created. So I'm going to leave you with this. While everyone else is fighting over a bride's $5 budget tracker, what scalable business system will you build today to completely revolutionize a planner's business? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Now take this blueprint, jump into the market, and go build something incredible.